All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, Errol Spence Jr. snaps on people, and I think it was Gervonta Davis fans or people related to this Frank Martin fight, and the fact that, you know, he's had an issue related to the trainer of Frank Martin. Let's talk about that in this video. Negroes talk too much is what Errol Spence Jr. put out midnight yesterday ahead of the press conference with Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin. And curiously absent from that particular press conference was two people, Gervonta Davis and Derrick James. If you saw Derrick James there, man, let me know, because I didn't see either the promoter of Frank Martin, that's Man Down Promotions, Errol Spence, or Derrick James. And that was something that I was looking forward to seeing, and whether or not these dudes were going to actually be there in the press conference. But they weren't there. The only thing that was said that day was with Errol Spence is Negroes talk too much. Now, before I get into the details of it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, let me take my hat off to you, tip my coffee to you, and say thank you very, very much. Definitely need your support, and thank you to everybody that supports in the super thanks of videos like this. It's what makes this video worth doing it on my end, along with the comments and the likes and the shares that you guys do for videos. It's greatly appreciated, man. I really can't tell you how much, so I'm going to tell you every video. But let's get into this, man. I think Errol Spence Jr. is pissed off about all of the conversation going on about him and the promoter of Frank Martin and the trainer of Frank Martin, and the speculation about his character and what he did and what he doesn't do, and just out there trying to make this dude look bad for something where he absolutely positively should not be looking bad. Now, why do I say that? Because there was a lawsuit that was filed by Derrick James, who's the trainer of Frank Martin, suing Errol Spence Jr., claiming that he didn't pay him money that was owed. I did a video on that particular complaint that was filed, and in my reading of it, and what I would call a response of Errol Spence, not a separate lawsuit, but I would say it was a response to it. Now, procedurally, yes, it was a different complaint. It said, you know, plaintiff, Errol Spence, defendant, Derrick James, but really what it was just an answer to and a request from Errol Spence Jr. to the court in response to what Derrick James said. And again, in my estimation, I don't think Errol Spence Jr. did anything wrong. He may not have done something that was extremely right by someone, right, by Derrick James, which is pay him a whole lot of money out of all of the money that Errol Spence Jr. made. But as far as what they had been doing, what the standard practice is, he paid them fairly. But you have a lot of people that are running around talking about how Errol Spence Jr. screwed over Derrick James. And, you know, and if I was Errol Spence Jr., I would feel the same way too. Now, is that the reason why they are not why Errol wasn't at the press conference and Derrick wasn't at the press conference? Very well could be. Errol also seems like he's a bit of a private person, you know, and he didn't go to the Canelo Alvarez fight. He didn't do any of that type of stuff. He just seems like he's minding his business in Texas. But if I was him, I wouldn't appreciate it either. But it's going to be interesting to see as the training goes and as they sell the fight, what that is going to be, because, you know, Derek James is the trainer of Frank Martin. I don't really even know, to be honest, whether or not I heard Man Down Promotions mentioned in the press conference, but I kind of watched. I didn't watch all of it because the press conference was delayed by like an hour, right? So I was in the gym working out, listening to that replayed loop music over and over again. And by the time I wound up getting done stretching or something, I looked at it, and you know that I had to basically move back to get to the conversation. So maybe they had announced Man Down Promotions in that, but the person that was speaking was TGB, Tom Brown, who is the main promoter for the PBC, and Samson Leskovich. Obviously, I'm probably mispronouncing his name, but Samson from Samson Promotions, who is a promoter of David Benavidez. But I'm excited about this fight taking place. I hate that this Sideshow Bob type of stuff is out there, you know, where people have to wonder, you know, what's going on. But I mean, it is what it is, man. You know, relationships end. People have difficulties, you know, years go by, people mend fences and all of that, right? I wouldn't be surprised if Errol, you know, was like, all right, man, here, I'm gonna break you off another $100,000, right? Errol breaks off Derek another $100,000, maybe another $150,000, and they should call it a day. Because again, I read that case, and you have something that is referred to course and conduct, a concept called course and conduct, to determine what parties agree to. And that is, what course did your relationship take and what did you do, right? If you were always paid 10% of the bout agreement, then, and you were paid that for 10 years for 29 fights, look, man, that's what you agreed to. That's what he would have believed that you agreed to, because that's what he's paying and you accepted it. You can't wait a decade and just be like, on the biggest payday that the man has, say, oh no, hold on, I never agreed to this. Yes, you did. Now, what you may have felt is, hold on, man, you could have done me better than this. And that's fair. You could say that. And that's a conversation you can have with Errol. And it seemed like they did, where he's like, okay, man, all right, look, how much do you say? Because I already gave you $350,000. How much more do you want? Oh, I want $2.1 million more. I mean, just listening to that sounds bananas to me. But so Errol goes talk to Al Heyman, and Al says, look, man, what you paid him, that $350,000 is more than fair. Also, that's a bad look. And ain't no just trainers getting that big a cut of the total revenue of a fight, because they don't take any risks, nor are they participating in any way in generating the total revenue of the fight. What they're doing is help you prepare for the bout. So the fact that they're preparing for the bout, they prepare you for the bout. That's why you get paid for the bout. The cut man also is there to help you in the bout, to make sure you don't to repair any type of cut that may come through. The cut man is there for the bout, so he gets paid for the bout. Managers and promoters get paid out of the total revenue, because the manager is out there negotiating the sponsorship deals for you. They also negotiate the bout agreement. They negotiate the money for the distribution for foreign countries. They do all of the negotiation for you, so they would get paid out of the total of the thing, because that's related to the job that they do. But anyway, man, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.